Hello, welcome to Miss Moons. I don't know why I have two lives up there. Doesn't really matter, does it, at the end? I'm just putting this reading out for anyone with Cancerian placements who is curious about love opportunities, love energy that's going around them. What is out there for them? This is a reading for anyone with significant Cancerian energy, but particularly a Cancerian sun, a Cancerian moon, a Cancerian rising, and a Cancerian Venus. You can also include other Cancerian placements around relationships, and that would be Jupiter, Juno, Lilith, 7th house, 4th house. Could you do a Cancerian 5th house? Well, if you feel like it. I'm not one to stand in your way. I'm just giving you an example of how these readings could be applied to your natal chart, or how you can think about these readings in accordance to your natal chart. If you appreciate my time and energy, do give me a thumbs up. Also, too, Cancer, this is thank you. Cancer, this is part 2 of a love reading I did. Part 1, you can find it on the channel. It's called Brand New. That was basically the message that I got. Interesting energy, Cancer. Anyway, without thinking about that too much. Cancer, this part of the reading is going to be your 12 zodiac sign affinity. So, Cancer, this is how other signs are receptive to you. Obviously, Cancer, don't take these with they're not truths or anything, Cancer, but I do recommend, why not, Cancer? Keep them in the back of your head as you go and deal with some people. Cancer, for these readings, it can be either someone who you're friendly with or someone who you have romantic history with or aspirations to. So it could be platonic, it could be romantic. It can be someone, Cancer, who you are in contact with, someone who you are not in contact with, but they're on your mind. And it can also be, Cancer, someone who you'll meet. If you want to visualize along with me, Cancer, we are going after the energy colored by pink. Not red, Cancer, not blue, Cancer, not gold, Cancer, but pink. That basic first unfurling, Cancer, of when someone truly cares for you. And Cancer, in that energy, they don't care whether it benefits them or not. They care for you to be your best, whatever that may be. Thank you for the like. So keep that in mind too, Cancer. All right, Cancer, shall we get into it? First sign who we will see. Oh, and I won't be time stamping this. It's hard to do that on a phone, but I will list the order of the elements that they're read after I'm done, okay? In the title. All right, let's go and see. What sign, what element will we start off with first? I guess we'll start off with Earth, Cancer, and then we'll go off to fire. So we're going to start off with Taurus. Cancer, is a Taurus on your mind? If you meet a Taurus, if you know a Taurus, Cancer, that Taurus towards you. 2 of Swords, Cancer. Well, that Taurus is someone very diligent, very serious, also too, Cancer. They have, I could say, a particular idea of how they envision their future going or what direction they want to go in. A little bit of stubborn energy here, Cancer. Not necessarily inclined, Cancer, to have their mind changed. Here's someone, Cancer, who's laser focused on a destination, and not much is going to deviate them or inspire them to deviate from it. But we have a Two of Swords. Two of Swords, Eight of Wands, Nine of Swords. Cancer, if you're dealing with a Taurus, if you're interested in a Taurus, if you meet a Taurus, Cancer, that Taurus has far too much on their mind and they're frustrated, Cancer. It's not about you, Cancer, in this energy. They're frustrated with where life is going, how fast things are moving away from them, or all the things that they hope to have had, but they have not yet grasped, Cancer. Cancer, if you're dealing with a Taurus, Taurus is in a tornado of negative thoughts, Cancer. And I would not be expecting anything productive to come out of Taurus, dealing with Taurus in this energy. In this energy, Cancer, Taurus has stuff. Just use that general word. They have stuff they need to deal with. And although in this energy, Cancer, Taurus is feeling very inept. One could say Taurus is also feeling pretty powerless, although they may not display that they are. You know, in this energy, Cancer, Taurus has to go and get some self-autonomy, get some higher vibration, feel more higher self-esteem. Because in this energy, anyone who Taurus deals with, they are ultimately going to be a bit negative towards them. Okay, Cancer, if you have a Taurus, if you're looking at a Taurus, let that Taurus be. Let that Taurus be, Cancer. Give them a smile and walk on. Cancer, if you're dealing with a Virgo, if a Virgo is on your mind, if you meet a Virgo, thank you for the like. If a Virgo is on your mind, Cancer, that Virgo towards you. Virgo, do I say Virgo's a lot more conservative than Virgo appears? Virgo could be a lot, I hate to say the word stingy, but King of Wands with Four of Pentacles. You know, that's someone who you'd expect to give a whole lot more, but they're not. They go and they move forward, they give, they show interest based upon what they're actually getting in return. The calculated energy here, Cancer, with Virgo. Virgo could appear, no offense, a little bit more petty than you'd expect in this energy. Tit for tat. Also, too, bottom of that deck energy there gets more and more manipulative, Cancer. Not a fan of it. Someone who should be, you know, Cancer, I don't really see any of the court cards necessarily being positive or negative. And I think one of the beautiful aspects of a King of Wands is really their ability to be expansive, to extend themselves. And unfortunately, in this King of Wands, their tendency is not necessarily to extend themselves unless there's a calculated benefit to it. So, a little declined King of Wands here, Cancer. Anyway, I have the 8 of Pentacles, Virgo energy, 3 of Pentacles. Cancer, if you're dealing with a Virgo, yes, that Virgo is interested in you. However, Cancer, that Virgo is into playing games, that Virgo is into using you, using anyone, Cancer, as much as they can. They're very tight. Maybe it's just naturally that way, Cancer. They just don't know how to go and give freely, give properly, give without necessarily expecting something in return. And the reason why I say that in this energy, Cancer, you will be the one extending yourself a whole lot more to that Virgo. And that Virgo, Cancer, is going to take and feel great about it, but won't reciprocate. If you're dealing with a Virgo, Cancer, be careful that you don't overly extend yourself to that Virgo. In fact, I would say don't extend yourself to that Virgo at all. Allow the Virgo to extend to you. Watch how that Virgo behaves. And because Virgo's energy is tight. With time, Cancer, perhaps something with that Virgo could be built, but Virgo's whole perception needs to change, and you need to be assured, Cancer, that Virgo will give to you and not be a drain to you. Okay, that's what I have for Virgo and Cancer. So that's like a Cancer, not necessarily a thumbs up. If you have the time, Cancer, if you feel like spending time, all right, that's what that feels like. Cancer, shall we go on to, oh, thank you for the like. Cancer, shall we go on to the next Earth sign? That would be Capricorn. A Capricorn for Cancer. Let's see. That Capricorn, you may know, Capricorn you may meet. Star. Lots of Capricorns do have significant Aquarius placements, don't they, Cancer? A lot of January Aquariuses do have significant Capricorn placements. 9 of Wands. Well, Capricorn. Well, Cancer, if you're dealing with a Capricorn, if you know a Capricorn, Capricorn is drawn to you, Cancer. Capricorn is drawn to you, and yet, Cancer, Capricorn does not speak the same language as you. Capricorn would like to, Cancer. Devil, of course, is Capricorn energy. Yeah, Capricorn is very magnetically drawn to you. You probably, in this energy, Cancer, I'm going to say Capricorns won't be very far away from you in general. They're just drawn to you like a magnet. And yet, as I said, there's a barrier. Nothing, Cancer, necessarily to stop them from trying. Cancer, this is the energy that, well, you know, plotting, thinking, brooding, wanting, desiring. Time goes into this, Cancer. The reason why I say all of this, Cancer, if you're dealing with a Capricorn, if you meet a Capricorn, Capricorn's energy with you, there's an instant spark, an instant hook. Capricorn is instantly into you. Capricorn takes time, though, to go and move around, feel their way out, express themselves to you, have the confidence to approach you and what they could think would be the best ways possible. I mean, there's a dichotomy here. They want all these things to happen, but they want to do it in a way that would give them success. Make you think, how nice, as opposed to, oh, okay, I'm good, thank you, right? Capricorn doesn't want that sort of energy. Anyway, yeah, if you're dealing with a Capricorn, know that all those energies are going into Capricorn. So we have the star. Star with all that Capricorn energy wants to come out. Ace of Pentacles is Capricorn. Three of Pentacles is Capricorn. Two of Cups is Cancerian. I do read my queens as Cardinals, by the way, Cancer. I do read my queens as Capricorns. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, Cancer, Capricorn may be slow. They may not necessarily express what you want to hear when you want to hear it, but I'm going to say, Cancer, Capricorn is very sweet on you, very instantly drawn to you, very, very desirous of you. They want to build with you. They want to work with you. They want to get to know you. They want you to be committed to them. All those sorts of things, Cancer. So I guess the only thing remaining, Cancer, is to make sure that you find the right Capricorn. Choose the best Capricorn that you can, Cancer, because Capricorns are stuck on you like flypaper, Cancer. All sorts of Capricorns. All right, those are the earth signs. Obviously, Cancer, Capricorn is your sweetest bet. Capricorn has a little bit of, as I said, there's some time in there. They got some angst in there. They have some, I don't want to say the word obsession, but we'll use it right now in lieu of something that could be softer than obsession in there. Anyway, they could be like that to you or about you. Anyway, we'll go on to fire, right? I forgot what fire sign that was. So Cancer, let's continue with the Cardinals. We'll do Aries. Cancer, if you meet an Aries, if you're dealing with an Aries, 9 of Swords, Cancer, 10 of Swords. Aren't we entering Gemini season, Cancer? What is it, the 29th? The 30th? 30th? I think we've been in Gemini season for a little bit of time. These are Gemini energies. Cancer, do you have Gemini placements? If you have Gemini placements, Cancer, those Gemini placements could make an Aries feel inadequate. Is an understatement. Check to see, Cancer, in your natal chart if you have Gemini energy. And where that Gemini energy sits, Cancer, that Aries is super intimidated, or their self-esteem just plummets in aspects about you with Gemini energy. Something about this, Cancer. You make them feel quite inadequate. But it's your Gemini placements if you have it. Just something in your electricity, Cancer. So we have 9 of Swords. Nine of Swords with Seven of Wands, Six of Wands. You're dealing with a Aries, we said, right? Very strong Leo energy, very strong, this is Leo, very strong Gemini energy. You could also go and see where you have your Leo placements. And if you have someone particular in mind, Cancer, I would definitely also check out their Gemini and Leo placements. You know, Cancer, if you're dealing with an Aries right now, with that Aries, it really is about competition. And who is the best, who is right, who has the brightest future, who has the most going for them, who gets the most attention, who is the smartest, who can project themselves well. Cancer, if you're dealing with an Aries, their skin crawls, Cancer, because of the way you handle yourself. Maybe they wouldn't show it, Cancer, but your self-confidence makes them, their confidence take a big hit. Cancer, if you're dealing with an Aries, I don't really see that Aries going anywhere positive because I have strong competitive energy here. And if anything, Cancer, they would be sort of a smiling in your face type of enemy. Maybe not right now, Cancer, but maybe down the road. Maybe you've been dealing with someone and you could already see how that person puts in little nasty comments. I wouldn't be surprised if that Aries puts out, could even be like 95% good interactions, positive interactions, and then they try and say something that they're like, this will get Cancer. Some negative, tacky comment. Anyway, Cancer, if you're dealing with Aries rather, all that Leo energy. If you're dealing with an Aries, I wouldn't deal with Aries right now. Right? These aren't energies forever and ever. They're just the energies that are happening on right now. So let that Aries just, I don't know, go off, and we'll wait till some new Aries comes in. Or whichever Aries I'm pulling on. Anyway, Cancer, let's go on to the next fire sign. Cancer, let's go on to Leo. A Leo for Cancer. A Leo on your mind. A Leo who you'll meet. Seven of Swords. You know, Cancer, I really would not expect a Seven of Swords from a Leo. Leo feels like they have to go and get the upper hand in something, Cancer. Leo is moving around you all sideways, Cancer, and they call you the crab. Moving sideways. Leo's moving sideways. Leo's trying to position the quiet, Manus. It's my cat. Of course, she always meows during Leo readings anyway, so this is fitting, Cancer. Yeah, if you're dealing with a Leo, Leo is trying to position themselves in the best way possible. And yeah, Leo is definitely not going to go and be transparent, at least right now, Cancer. Leo is trying to create an environment to get information that will be able to put them at a more favorable position, a stronger position. Anyway, yeah, Leo is busy all around you, all behind you, in ways that you don't want to know, Cancer. They don't want you to know, Leo. Okay, so a couple of things, Cancer. If you're dealing with a Leo and you already know a Leo, especially if that Leo has not been in contact with you, Cancer, that Leo is planning on dealing with you again. That Leo is, well, I could just say stalking you, Cancer. Maybe not cyber stalking you, but they are sort of following in your footprints, following on your routine, knowing what you're doing. Cancer, yeah, if you know a Leo, that Leo knows your name, you know their name. That Leo is busy finding out information about you. Leo is going to contact you. Leo could be just wanting to get back into your, well, you know, reestablish contact. If you're dealing with a Leo, they're ultra slippery about it, though, Cancer. And Cancer, if you meet a Leo, brand new Leo, well, if you meet a Leo, Cancer, I'm going to say that Leo has gone through a little bit of trauma. And Cancer, they haven't quite owned up on their role or responsibility in that resulting trauma. And Leo has some growth to do. And Leo's quite not yet willing to put in that growth. Leo's energy wants to be distracted from the issues at hand that led to whatever ick they were dealing with. And they are searching for distractions. You very well could be one of them, Cancer. If Leo is interested in you in this energy, Cancer, Leo also won't deal with you straightforward, not for a time. Leo will find out things about you. Leo will try and find out as much about you and then make their moves. I don't quite like Leo's energy, but Cancer, not for me to like or dislike, but that's what I see here. Venus, quiet. Quiet. Come on. You know, I have Siamese. And what is it, like 3 a.m.? Yeah, tracks. Like 3 a.m., they go through that. If you ever want a Siamese, know that they will do all these little annoying, bratty behaviors when you try to sleep. 2 a.m., 3 a.m., mine go crazy from like 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. They can't do it at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. when I get up. No, they have to do it like still in the sleepy time hours. Anyway, we have another fire sign, Cancer. We have Sagittarius. So, Cancer, do you have a Sagittarius on your mind? If you meet a Sagittarius, Cancer, what would their energy be like for you, towards you? Shall we see? Sagittarius for Cancer. I have the star again. And a page of cups. Sweet, bright energy, Cancer. A spark that can grow into something more. But this is, surprisingly for a Sagittarius energy, a spark. Nothing quite that strong, Cancer. Cancer, if you're dealing with a Sagittarius, that Sagittarius likes you. Sagittarius likes you. Sagittarius is cautious of you. Sagittarius won't move fast with you, Cancer. Sagittarius would not be inclined to move fast with you, maybe because they wonder how much work it would take, Cancer, to develop a relationship with you. And or Cancer, maybe they'd want to go and present themselves, position themselves in the best possible light to you. And maybe that takes time. Anyway, Sagittarius' energy is like crystal chimes, Cancer. Something that if you touch it too easily, it could break. Fragile. Interest is there, very fragile. We'll find out more. The star. The star is clarified. By a 6 of Cups, 2 of Cups, Cancerian energy. Oops, I took out more than I intended to. I got distracted, Cancer. Well, 2s are definitely a number here with Judgment, and also 2 of Cups. Cancer, if you're dealing with Cancer, if you're dealing with a Sagittarius, something about your connection, Sagittarius is unwilling to put some serious investment into it. I don't know what it is, Cancer, but there's a fragility here with you and Sagittarius. Sagittarius isn't solid necessarily on you. All the hopes and aspirations are there, but when it calls to actually building it out, it takes so much time, Cancer. Cancer, if you're dealing with a Sagittarius, if you already know a Sagittarius, that is someone, Cancer, who could reappear, pop back out, go hey to you later. But so much time, Cancer, I really get in here with overall with Sagittarius. If you meet a if you know a Sagittarius, you can meet that Sagittarius again. But I don't like how long this takes. It's like yearning, Cancer. Cancer, you have enough energies, enough placements in there to have you yearn naturally. You don't have to go and yearn after a whole other person, Cancer, when there are millions of people out there already. Okay? Cancer, if you meet a Sagittarius in this energy, well, first of all, let me say you and Sagittarius could very well be, maybe they would feel it, Cancer, maybe you would feel it, maybe it would be mutual, but you could be, have some other ties, past life ties, soul ties, but you have some connections there with Sagittarius that I'm sure both of you would feel. Perhaps somebody would feel that stronger than the other. Maybe you'd both feel it equally. There's definitely a yearning throughout if you're dealing with a Sagittarius. And if Cancer, you have a new Sagittarius, I'm going to say that the time that I see in this whole reading for you, that time could have already been passed by the previous life, the previous years that you spent to meet that Sagittarius up to now. Anyway, Cancer, if you're dealing with a Sagittarius, I'd be a little cautious. because you could find yourself very deeply drawn to that Sagittarius, but you want to make sure that they be dedicated to creating some strong bonds, because while Sagittarius is attracted to you, very strong fragility here, things could snap and break very easily. Fragile bonds with Sagittarius. And in that case, Cancer, you could go and find yourself hurt quite easily. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, make sure they desire, Cancer, to establish strong bonds with you. All right. That's what my cat says. Row, row. Okay, Chi. Sometimes I feel like a good portion of my day is spent being trolled by cats when I'm not looking. I have all these little plant seedlings up here, Cancer. I have a whole bunch of them. And I have my little pink nose cat. He goes up here and he chews all my plants like crazy when I'm not looking. I could be washing my hands. I could be getting something from the fridge. I could be on the phone and I just turn my head for a second. And I have like decimation of my plants. A whole bunch of leaves torn. Anyway, next sign. Who should we do, Cancer? We have air and we have water left. Guess we'll do air. Cancer, if a Libra is on your mind, if you meet a Libra for Cancer. Oops, Cancer, that missed. I completely didn't see it, Cancer. Maybe we'll hold on to it. 3 of Wands with the Emperor. Bottom of the deck energy. 4. Interesting. Both of these are Aries, Cancer. I think we had Gemini with our Aries reading, didn't we? Anyway, very strong Aries energy, and also to the number 4 may be relevant here. You know what though, Cancer, in this energy, if you're dealing with a Libra is waiting for the right opportunity to move. Libra knows exactly what Libra wants. Libra has it all planned out. Libra is poised, ready to make a move. Is that the Lovers back there? It was. So Cancer, if you're dealing with a Libra should like you, Cancer. Libra should make it quite obvious, Cancer. You know, in this energy, Cancer, Libra should be interested in spending quality time with you. Anyway, Libra's energy is quite good. I would give Libra a thumbs up, Cancer. Libra's energy is very good, especially Cancer if you want someone who will first of all be there, be present, and want to see you happy. What could Libra do to make you happy? Libra will wonder that, and Libra will act on that. Let's go and see Gemini. That's what my cats say. A Gemini for Cancer. Okay, quiet. I said Gemini, right? The Lovers is Gemini energy. Well, If you're dealing with a Gemini, if you meet a Gemini, Gemini is definitely interested. Gemini may not be only interested in you. Gemini also may be interested in what exactly could happen with you. Gemini is feeling out the air. Gemini could be very lusty in general, Cancer. Could be. Could be. Four of Wands, though, and Hermit is some sobering energy here. You know, Cancer, there's some cards that I'm not that crazy about, but every card has their positives and their negatives. Very interesting here, Cancer, with Hermit and Four of Wands. Well, you know, Hermit, Cancer is Saturnian energy. And, you know, the other aspects of it. Here with the Four of Wands, we're talking about definitely finding unions, bridging unions, making unions, family. Cancer also, too, what was the sign? Gemini? In this energy, Cancer, you could have family, build family with Gemini. You could find yourself with kids, Cancer, with Gemini. Gemini could be a done deal for you, Cancer. Anyway, yeah, with Gemini, I said Gemini was lusty towards you. Take that as you want. You could find yourself a Gemini and settle down and find yourself an entirely different lifestyle than you anticipated, Cancer. So I guess both Libra and Gemini are equally positive options to go after. Cancer, shall we see Aquarius? And Aquarius for Cancer. That Aquarius towards you, Cancer. King of Wands. 10 of Pentacles. Well, Aquarius likes you. Aquarius likes imagining what life would be like with you, Cancer. Aquarius could see themselves fitting into your lifestyle, Cancer. Of course, the star is also Aquarian energy. Gee, I guess, Cancer, right now you are on a roll with the air signs. You could also extend that, Cancer, to an air rising, air moon, air Venus. If I was into cursing, I might use one, Cancer, but I'm not. Aquarian energy is pretty darn sweet on you for relationships, permanent relationships, family, living life, all that sort of stuff. My cats are just meowing behind me. Guess it's a love reading. They get excited with love readings, in addition to Leo readings. Anyway, so we have a King of Wands. Let's see, I want to shuffle this a bit more. King of Wands, an Aquarius for Cancer. I actually was going to take these two, but I don't like to draw them when I see them. If Cancer, and we could just take this as, I'm going to pull one more time, but a King of Wands with a Ten of Swords and a Chariot, which is Cancerian energy. Cancer, this is the Aquarius basically reinventing themselves. What they've done before, they're not going to do anymore. They're going to be different. They're going to pursue new paths and interested in pursuing a new path with you. Take that as you want, but let's go and see just one more time here. So all this fire. Cancer, if you're dealing with an Aquarius, yes, all the air signs are extremely affected by you. All the air signs are very possible strong candidates for some serious connections, serious relationships, living life together. Nothing halfway, nothing lukewarm is what I'm getting with any of these. And the same thing with Aquarius. Aquarius is energized by you, Cancer. Aquarius with you, Cancer, they see themselves growing or growth possible in a way that they didn't before, Cancer. Anyway, quiet. May. Oh, come on, cats. She's like looking at me, posing. She's like, are you going to run after me? She's the cutest little troll ever. She's very cute, and she's 100% a troll. 4 pounds of troll. Anyway, you can actually see a picture of her. Her name is, I made a video of her. I have one called Crystal Doll, I think, or Crystalline Doll. She's very pretty. And just as pretty and as cute as she is, she's a troll. She's boss May. She's there saying, you're doing this reading for too long. Get off of this device, this wall, and look at me. Anyway, Cancer, with Aquarius, there's also some strong fire, right? Strong initiation. Anyway, you could definitely explore all the air signs here. Definitely with Aquarius would be stepping out of their comfort zone in approaching you, Cancer, or in developing things further with you. But it's something that they're looking forward to, something they would be looking forward to. If, Cancer, you want to put some roots down. Okay. Thank you for the like. Now we're on water, our final sign. So Cancer, shall we start off with a fellow Cancerian? A Cancer for Cancer. Cancer, if you have a Cancer on your mind, if you're dealing with a Cancer, if you meet a Cancer. High Priestess, secretive. All about the mask, Cancer, if you're dealing with a Cancer. Both of you could have mask on, Cancer, and that leads the other to go and say, completely indifferent. All my hopes dashed. So much I'd like to say, Cancer, but cannot. Here's a Cancer, whose inability to communicate is huge. Their feelings are running amok, and they are watching quite intently for any break, any betrayal of emotion or sign they can get for you or from you, Cancer. Cancer, if you're dealing with a Cancer in this energy, Cancer is watching you. No way is Cancer going to reach out to you. If you know a Cancer, if you're dealing with a Cancer, both of you, if you are not talking to that Cancer will not talk to you. In this kind of energy too, Cancer, I would not recommend reaching out to the Cancer. I don't know. I just don't like the stubbornness of it all, Cancer. Yeah, Cancer, if you're dealing with a Cancer, that Cancer, you are on that Cancer's mind. That Cancer may be putting up a mask of going, I'm living life, I'm doing fine, whatever. Cancer is not fine at all, Cancer, if you know a Cancer, if you're dealing with a Cancer, and if you're not talking to that Cancer. Cancer, if you're dealing with a Cancer as well, there could be a whole lot of posturing, posing, being very self-confident, not really saying what needs to be said. That Cancer could be lacking in that. Cancer could be waiting for you to make the first moves, maybe a bit too much in this energy, Cancer. Anyway, Cancer is playing games. Cancer has some inadequacies that they perceive about themselves or they're dealing with. And Cancer in this energy wants to go after a sure thing. And with you, Cancer, Cancer number one, Cancer this reading is for. With you, Cancer, they're not able to go and tell. Maybe they want someone who's obsequiously head over heels, kissing their feet, putting glitter in the air when they walk by. I mean, I don't know, Cancer, right? Maybe they want some glorious shade of appreciation like that. But yeah, I would say Cancer likes you, but Cancer has some issues expressing themselves. They don't want to be the only one out. They don't want to be the odd one out. They don't want to put their own heart. They don't want to show their vulnerabilities to another unless you go first. And Cancer, that is annoying. I mean, gee, you're a Cancer. Who needs who goes first with vulnerabilities, right? Especially Cancer, if they can't go and woo you and win you through their sincerity, through their actions, through that extension of a vulnerable heart. All right, let's go on to Pisces. Cancer, is a Pisces on your mind? Oh, a Pisces for Cancer. To Chi. He's trying to call the other cat to him. Some people have said that his voice is very ugly because he doesn't have the little tinkling meows. He goes that gravelly noise. But then other people here on the video, since I started this channel, they think that Chi sounds like a baby. Maybe he does. I know he cries. He talks, he cries and gets attention like a baby. Anyway, Cancer, Pisces. 2 of Swords, Page of Pentacles. Tight. Tight. I could say busy, but I want to say tight. First of all, Cancer, if you're dealing with a Pisces, if you know a Pisces, Pisces has a very singular focus, Cancer. It's like Pisces has a certain space in which they allocate for things that are valuable to them, Cancer, and only certain things or a certain number of things, Cancer, can fit into it. Maybe you can fit into that, Cancer. Maybe if that space is filled up, Cancer, you do not. But Pisces definitely has a priority with their heart space, with what they care about, with what they are concerned about, with what they love and want to nurture and encourage and grow. And it has a very finite space, a definite number, strong boundaries. So know that about Pisces. I have Sun and King of Swords. Interesting. So first of all, Cancer, let me say, if you're dealing with a Pisces, Pisces may be a little harsh on you. Maybe a little cold to you at times. Maybe their energy could fluctuate back and forth. Cancer, between warm and cold. But I am going to say that your energy with Pisces, if you meet a Pisces, Pisces is loyal. Pisces should be loyal in this energy, provided, Cancer, in that little spot that Pisces has of things that are important to them, provided you're in there. If you're in there, there's nothing that Pisces won't do. That's the only caveat I'm going to say, Cancer. If you meet a Pisces, if you're dealing with a Pisces, ensure that you're in their highly esteemed, highly vaulted category of love, that special area. You want to make sure you're in that spot, Cancer. If you do that, there's nothing Pisces won't do for you, although they'll be a bit cold and perhaps say some harsh things. But they do it out of love. Make sure that Pisces loves you. That's the only thing I could say, Cancer, if you're interested in a Pisces. Make sure that in that allocated spot of heart, that you're in there. Otherwise, then don't touch that Pisces. Let's go on to Scorpio. Thank you for the like. Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising. Well, Scorpio Venus, right? Scorpio placements. Cancer, if you're dealing with a Scorpio, if you meet a Scorpio, that's Scorpio to you. Why do I have a 5 of Swords with a King of Pentacles? Well, a couple things, Cancer. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, Scorpio is in the midst of leveling themselves up. Scorpio is a busy bee, a busy beaver, maybe a little too busy. Ooh, very sharp energy. Scorpio has their eye on success. And I could say it's more than necessarily romantic success. We're talking about life success. Scorpio wants all the sweet things that life has to offer, all the beautiful things that life has to offer. And Scorpio wants comfort. Scorpio wants comfort of things that they haven't yet acquired, Cancer. Wonder what those are, Cancer. 5 of Swords is accompanied by a 2 of Wands, Queen of Swords. Well, part of me wants to be diplomatic about this, Cancer. I kind of forget now what I just said about, like, if it was a Cancer going for Cancer. When I pull these readings, Cancer, like literally they don't really remain in my memory. I let them go as soon as I pull them. I only feel a little bit of Pisces. I forget what I said about Cancer. Oh yeah, Cancer's energy was a little too I almost want to say sensitive. Cancer wants to make sure that you like them a whole lot more before they show that they like you. And they're watching for those signs. And I feel like Pisces, as I said, Cancer, Pisces needs to make sure, you need to make sure that you're in Pisces' heart if you entertain Pisces. Make sure you're in their heart. And with Scorpio, gee, Cancer, I really feel like Scorpio is eyeing what you have. I really do not like Scorpio's energy. It doesn't have to be all Scorpios, right? Forever and ever. This is just the energy right now, Cancer. But I definitely do not like Scorpio's energy. Scorpio's energy is drooling over what you have, what you can provide. Scorpio sees themselves leveling up, Cancer, through you, through a partnership with you, through a union with you, committing themselves to you. Scorpio sees that they can level themselves up. And Cancer, it's such calculated energy. And I'm doing love readings, Cancer. I'm not doing business readings. I'm not doing money readings, financial readings. You know, who should you partner up with for this business deal, or etc. I'm doing love readings. And this energy is all about calculations. Very scary. Even more so with a Cancerian reading. Cancer, I'm going to say, if you are interested in a Scorpio, if you meet a Scorpio, that Scorpio should show that they're quite interested in you. I do think that they are quite interested in you. I don't think, Cancer, they're interested in the reasons that you would like. In this energy, Cancer, Scorpio would commit to you, but they commit to you because of what you can provide to them. And Cancer, I feel like in what I've pulled between earth, fire, air, and water, I feel there are better people for you to go after at this time than to partner with someone who is ecstatic at what they gain by being with you. And trust me, Scorpio is ecstatic by what you can do, what you can provide. Scorpio will level themselves up in some way through you. So I would not touch Scorpio. I let Scorpio go and find someone else to go and level themselves up to. Scorpio, you are not a doorstep, a footstool, a chair, a ladder. Cancer, if anything, you are the surge of the ocean that draws something from the shore and then tucks it deep along the shoreline, down on the ocean floor, and carries it into the depths, the very heart of the world. And there, Cancer, where the light from the sun may come in, the light from the moon may trickle down. Cancer, there are the bright green and bright blue lights of the undersea creatures, Cancer. And there, Cancer, all life begins, all wealth begins, all possibilities. Prepare. Cancer, you are the wealth. You don't need, Cancer, someone to pump that wealth out from you. All right, those are my readings for everyone. A little bit longer reading this time, isn't it? Thank you, everyone, for the likes. I really do appreciate it. I see I have some comments here. Hello, everybody. I have a whole bunch of comments. Yeah, I don't really read my comments when I'm doing the readings because they're distracting. So I actually put my comment list on fan funding. So if you want to get my attention, you could send a super chat, but otherwise I'll look at it later. Anyway, see, there's a whole bunch of comments. I don't know what you're quite talking about, but that's okay. Waiting on your Aquarius. Yes. Well, all of these energies are all there. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Well, I think that with the Aquarius energy, Aquarius is definitely new. All air signs, I think, well, I don't quite recall them anymore because I have to go back to them. But the air signs felt good. I think that if you think about also to the reading that I did earlier today, you can check it out. It's the last live that I did. It's called Brand New, with the main collective Cancer reading that I did. It was all about new energy, all about new people. It's a new person in the energy of Cancer. And then this 12 sign zodiac forecast is just kind of like a complement to the main reading. So you can check that out if you want. But overall, the energy I got earlier today, new people. New people, new situations, not quite what you had expected or how it unfolds, but the same would also be for them as well. Anyway, very interesting. Now I'm curious, what was the oohs and the no's about? Because as I said, I forgot. But anyway, I'm glad that you enjoyed the readings. Thank you. And I will put the order in which everything is read in the pinned comment and also in the title. And I'll leave this up for a little bit of time. Do check out, if you are so inclined, the first part of the reading. Well, I did wrap up all the signs, so go back and check it out at the beginning of the live. I think I have to think about it for a second. Who did I do? Did I do Earth first? I think I did. I think I did Earth, Fire, Air, and Water. And this was fulfilling a request, a webbed feet. She asked a couple of months, well, not months ago, but maybe like 4 or 5 weeks ago. She asked me to do a love reading when I last finished a whole bunch of love readings. I do them every so often, but I can't do them that much because they, as you can see, take a lot of time. Let's see. I think I did Taurus first. And then I did Virgo, did Capricorn, and then I did Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and then I think we did Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and then we did Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Anyway, I am going to be around, but enjoy the reading. I'll put the comments in, and thank you again for your time and your likes. And as I said, you can check out that other reading if you want. And also, if you feel called to, you can check out some of the other Cancerian readings. I forget what the messages are. As I said, I don't really recollect them, but I do know that some of them are interesting. Bye-bye.